Hello everyone, welcome to another journaling page tutorial on my YouTube channel. So today's our journal page, I wanted to try out transfers to create a new technique with them. So in the start is the transfer that you see that I'll be using later on in the project. I will try and link down all the transfer links and the other products for you in the background. Now, initially, just to add some interest throughout the page, I have kind of randomly stamped the journal page with a lot of musical note stamping here and there. Again, there's no rhyme or reason to it. I just wanted to add a lot of interest in the background. After that, I have used white gesso. Now this is extremely diluted because I did not want to cover all the stamping that we just did on the top of our page. But I just wanted to make it a bit faded to kind of create an old world effect. So that's why I'm using some white gesso, which is diluted to, and that will kind of fade the stamping, and as well as it will kind of prime our journal page so that in case I do a lot of watercoloring on top of it or a lot of acrylics on top of it, my page will be able to take all that uh, techniques on top of it. Now once I'm happy with how everything is done, I will try that out. And then comes the fun part, which is applying the transfers. Now this both transfer, which is on the left side and the right side, is the part of the same design that I showed you earlier in the start of the video. So if you want the exact code of the transfer that's used, you can check the first few seconds of the video, and I'll link down the where you can buy all the products in the description as well. Now, how does these transfer work? Are they similar to the body tattoo which you would have used if you were kids in India? Especially, we used to uh, love playing with those. But these are not meant for skin, of course. These are meant for art journal projects and for other craft projects. So how does this work is that they have a protective plastic packaging that you remove, and then you apply face down to the project, like wherever you want the design to be applied. It can be applied on paper, glasses, MDF, etc. It is highly used in decoupage projects, but I also love using them in mixed media canvases and journaling as well. And then you have to wet them with water, and once they are wet and transferred, you can simply start peeling off the corners, and you will be able to see the design reveal like just how I did. Now of course you can kind of add less water, and so basically these are water reactive, right? So the amount of water you add, whether it is less or more, will kind of impact how good the transfer you get. So initially, if you are new to it, you will have to kind of experiment with it. Now of course by adding right amount of water, you can directly just peel off and it will give you a beautiful design. But here what I did was I added a lot of water as compared to what I normally add, and this was when I was fairly new to the product. So I'm also kind of checking again from the corners whether transfers has been done or not. But I have realized that after applying water, just wait for a couple of seconds and then try and peel the backing off. So that ways you give the transfer a couple of seconds for it to react with the water, and that I have learned works beautifully for me. So patience is the key. Another trick which I have learned is the more you let this water react with the design. So like how you can see the puddles of water on top of the design, right? So if you let that stay, which my case I did, I kind of did not dry all the water on top of the design, and then later on you'll see that I added distress ink also on top of it, and distress ink is a water based medium. So the more I let it react with water or water based mediums, the more cracks that formed onto the design. And I like to add vintage effect, which is unique to every product in itself. So this was very interesting to me, and also if you zoom in right now, you'll see some of the cracks in the design as well. So this gives you a very much like a old wallpaper kind of a look on your projects, where if the design had faded out or if the design had cracks in it, like how a wallpaper would crack, it gives you that kind of design and look, which is very interesting. So I kind of, let the water react, and I was very happy to find this new technique by accident. So I hope, you also like that technique and give it a try with CrafTangles transfer. Now, just to add some more interest to the page, of course, I added some splatters of browns because I wanted to create a vintage page. That I did using vintage photo distressing. And then just to add even more further interest on the corners, because I felt the corners seemed a little empty, especially on the left page. So what I did was I just created some random circles using the bottle base, and then I did doodling on top of it using my Sakura Pigma Micron pen, which is waterproof. So in case, if I have to go back on top of it with some colors, etc., it will not impact my doodling. So that's all about it. I did, like you could do this as random as you want, or you may completely skip it. Now that everything was ready, I kind of wanted to use my focal point. So for focal point, I had decided to use these two vintage postcard kind of photographs. So these are part of Prima stickers. And then again, I kind of did some doodling around their frames just to kind of make pop them further on the top of the page. And then I will kind of, go back with what sentiments I want. Again, doodling is not something which you need to do it. It is something which I enjoy now and then. It kind of adds an extra handmade touch to my journals. So now I have selected a set of Tim Holtz Snarky stickers, which I felt kind of went very, fun with the journal page. It kind of created a quirky comment on the top of the journal page. So I really enjoyed these particular sentiments. So I kind of added them on the top of the pictures just to bring in everything together. Now with this particular stickers, they kind of tend to not stick that well to the base. So I would suggest that if you are using them, add some glue on top of it so that it's permanent. And yes, that's the page for today and the technique for today on how you can kind of get more bang for the buck for your transfers. And in close up, you can see that beautiful cracked pattern or effect that I was talking about. I'll see you back soon with another tutorial. Till then, guys, take care, bye bye, and don't forget to like and subscribe.